Top chat, live chat. We don't want that close. Where's live chat? Here we go. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Is there anybody there? Nobody there. I'm here waiting. Come on, where are you? Come on, come on, come on. Let's be having you. Hi Laura, how are you doing? Lovely to see you. First in the house. You must have been there waiting for me to get straight in there. Look at that. One viewer and one like. Oh no, I haven't. Laura, click like. Click like. Caroline, hi from America. John, hi, good evening. Nice to see you. 3 in the door, 5 in the door watching. 5 watching, only 3 commenting. Ian McNaughton, Ian, good evening, Ian. I can never pronounce your name. It's hopeless. All good, thanks. How are you? I was refreshing until you popped up. All right, okay, good. Refreshing. Were you studying? Were you chilling? Were you what were you doing? No one. No, you're right there, Ian. No, McNaughton, McCagan, and from Furnhurst. The closest person to me so far. You're what? 6 miles, 5 miles down the road, Anne? Andrew, hi. How are you? Oh, you were. You were refreshing YouTube. Okay, right. I've got you. Yeah. Hi Tracy, how are you? Steve's in the house. Hi Steve. Mr. Croser. Yes, it's probably that one as well. Has anybody got a beverage? Are you all refreshed? Well, I know Laura's refreshed, but you should be refreshed. Let me just reach forward and get my glass of wine. Cheers, everybody. I know Cynthia won't be there yet because she's still eating. She couldn't make her mind up whether it was going to be a dinner, a supper, or a tea. I suppose it depends which part of the country you live in. Well, I'm surprised Bernie and Jacqueline aren't there at the moment because they were bags in front row seats with a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit. So, yeah. Jack, my grandson, he's in. Oh, it's okay. That's the posh way, Jack. That's posh. I have dinner at lunchtime. I have my tea at tea time. That's going to start a few people off. Ah, there's Bernie. Bernie, you were late, so you didn't get the front row seat, so you can't have your cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit, I'm afraid. Oh, what's Jack saying? Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Oh dear. Hang on, this all looks a bit skew-whipped. Hang on, let me just juggle this about a little bit. No, that's not the way. That doesn't look right, but it must be the camera. I'll leave it as it is. I hope you're well, Jack. I hope you've had a good week at school. I know Mummy's been busy this weekend with work. She's probably asleep on the sofa now, is she? Yeah, she's been working very hard. Jacqueline, hi, how you doing? As I said to Bernie, you know, you missed out on the front row. You can't have your cup of tea and a chocolate digestive. What's Jazz saying? I'm awake, just. Shelley, is that you talking via Jack's thing? Okay, gotcha. You're both going to need to start your own, have one each. Shelley, start your own. Cynthia's probably taken her supper, dinner, and tea up to her little cabin so that she can be with us and see what's going on. Who else is coming? Claire, good evening, Claire. Hi, how are you? Philip, hello, good evening. Philip, have you been keeping a check on the views on the video that I did? Over, I think it's 202 from where we met you and Fiona. That was really good. We all really enjoyed that. We'll come to you next time, down your way. Bognor Way, and perhaps Ron Langley can meet up with us. Lots of chit chat going on with everybody, which is great. Michael White is in the house. Has Cynthia got her catapult tonight? If you see something splat on the side of my face, it'll be travelling from 9 miles down the road to get to me. Don't worry. She's a bit of a dead shot with that. What's this? Do you set up an intro screen to come on a few minutes? No, I don't. I haven't, Bernie. I haven't got the technical skills for that, but that is something I want to do. I do want to have an intro. So if anybody can come up with any suggestions, my admin haven't. Admin, that sounds good, doesn't it? My admin. It's just Steve and Cynthia. Yes, sir. Good evening, Andrew. Andrew, all the way from Croatia. I hope you are well. How's that cough, Andrew? Have you got rid of it yet? Yes, a good idea. Journey home. Still suffering a bit with. Oh no, friends say the last fight. Possibly, yeah. There is some people that have got this 5 or 6 weeks further on. Fiona's in the house. Good evening, Fiona. Fiona, those mince pies didn't last long. I've got to tell you that. I did give in, and when we got back to my place from visiting you and Philip, I did let them have a mince pie each. It was hard taking the lid off and offering them one, I can tell you. But we all said how lovely they were. So the tin is in my cupboard, empty. I've got none left, Fiona. What's going on here? Kevin, sometimes I need to come and give you guys a little IT lesson. I can give some assistance with an intro. Lara, that would be brilliant. Look, we three would grab any assistance going to help us along the way. That'd be brilliant. Thank you, Lara. Yeah, Cynthia has mentioned that you've been in touch with her, which is very kind. Thank you. Hopefully things are going to settle down soon, and we can certainly take you up on your offer. That would be very, very kind. Thank you very much. Well, let's have a look, see what everybody else is chatting. I've just seen the Headley Church video, so I'm pleased you got it. Ian, it was really, really lucky because as I mentioned in the video, we'd seen the church hall across the road from the church, and we went in, and there was 3 people sat in there, and I knew 2 of them, Tina, and Paul. Was it Paul Heath? Yeah. And it turns out, as you saw in the video, that Steve's wife went to school with Tina, which was incredible. So we were very lucky to get that key. And that poor man practicing on the organ, he said to me, I said, look, I am going to be filming. I hope you don't mind. He said, as long as you don't mind the odd bum note. But to have that a little bit in the background was fine. It just does become a little bit difficult when you are trying to film. Yeah, just difficult sometimes. But anybody that's seen, I don't want to say too much about the video, but I know Michael White has seen it, which has gone live tonight, I think at 6 o'clock. There's a Roll of Honours board in there for First World War. And Steve and I were shocked to see how many brothers, fathers, sons, and from one area that didn't come back. I've seen odd ones, but I've never ever seen so many families so badly affected by, you know, as I say, fathers, sons, brothers, uncles, whatever they might be. Yeah, it was absolutely shocking to see that. But very pleased to get in. Yeah, it was, Michael. Very, very sad indeed. Yeah, hang on, I missed something from Jack. Says you're doing well on YouTube, Grant. Oh, thank you, Jack. Thank you. And I think I'm missing another message just now from from my daughter about how Jack was getting on at school, I think. Let me just scroll back, bear with. Perhaps I didn't. Perhaps I didn't. Where are we? No. Perhaps I didn't. No. What's Ian saying? I did spot Grand's family on the board as name of White. Oh, okay. So you've got relatives that are on that board, Ian. It's no, you'll see things. That's nothing unusual for me, Shelley, is it? You know what I'm like. One day I'm going to have somebody sat next to me, so we can. I'll have a grandson. Jack can come round to one night when I do a live, and he can help me read all the comments. I think that'll probably be a no from Jack. It'd be good to have Steve or Cynthia do it. Actually, it'd be good just to have a little bit of a change, just from me. You know, who wants to sit and look at me? Oh, he's saying when. We'll arrange it. Preferably when Jack's not got school the following day. That's important, you know, because it is. Actually, it's past his bedtime. What's he doing stuff? Well, Jack will have to remember that Lara wants to come and join me. Well, look at that. This is amazing. Thank you. That would be great. Just to. Oh, Lynn. When did you come along? I didn't see you join in. Well, thank you very much for joining me. Tell me about it, Andrew. I've not felt right since. Oh, right, yeah, because I know, Lynn, you've been suffering, haven't you? So yeah, it's but it's a long time since you've not been well. I know you. I think it was when we were at Balcombe. You were saying that you've not been well since November, which is a very long time. And Granddad died in World War II from head. Yeah. Half term, yes, it is half term soon. Shelley, we need to have a talk about that one day so that we can arrange to have Jack while you're at work. As a lot of you know that follow me regularly, you know I suffer from a thing called postnasal drip. Lovely. What's this? Half term next week, Kerry. Oh, okay, yeah. But since I had COVID crikey, it's nearly a year, last March, my postnasal drip has got worse, and so hence it's made my cough worse. And Cynthia was similar. She suffers a little bit from it as well, but again, the COVID thing has made it get worse. But there you go. What's going on? Ian, yes, the graveyard is huge. Yeah, I think it covers 3 acres, Steve, wasn't it? Tina said it covers 3 acres. And that's a huge graveyard. I've never been into it. But it seems to just keep, as you're walking towards the back of the cemetery, away to the right-hand side, there's a footpath that goes down. And it must go down. I don't know. Ian knows the church is better than Steve and I, but I'm guessing it must go 200 or 300 yards down in a narrow strip with graves either side. So it's huge. What have we got else here? Yeah. There's so many things going around at the moment. I know with my grandson, he had what's it called? Shelley, help me out here. Was it scarlet fever? And I think one or two other children in his class had it. So Jack had to be put onto antibiotics straight away. Yeah, scarlet fever. Yeah, and I think I'm right in saying that Jack, my grandson Jack, he'll be 11 in March the 8th, I think it is. I always get the 8th and the 12th mixed up, and I think I don't know whether Jack gets annoyed about it, but it frustrates me because I can never remember. I think it's the 8th. And he had a bad headache, I think it was, or bad throat. He had a bad throat one day, And then about 2 days later, my daughter Shelley noticed that he'd got a rash on his chest and back, and I had to take him straight to the doctors and get him put on antibiotics. But thank goodness it didn't affect him too bad. But some children have had, been very, very poorly from it. And I've just said, oh, Daniel's in. Hello, Daniel. Sorry, my friend, I'm missing people joining because there's so much chatter going on. Yeah, I think I saw a post on Facebook, Daniel, that your nan had passed away. I'm very sorry to hear that, my friend. Keep your chin up as best you can. I know it's difficult. So what's everybody been doing this last? This is a month. It's a month since I did my last live. Yeah, it is, Bernie. Yeah, but please, once a month is what we've decided to go along for the time being, because Bernie's still doing his every fortnight. I think, Bernie, have you got one coming up next week? Must be next week, I should think. And so, as I say, I've decided to do it once a month. I hope you've all missed me. Please say you've missed me. Probably some people might say, get off. But yeah, you try, as Bernie knows, you try and have a little bit of a banter going on between myself and everybody out there, but also you've got to try and keep up with people that are messaging. And as Bernie's found, it's the chatter between everybody else, which is important. Thank you, Lynn. You're very kind. It's I do enjoy doing them. I think, and again, referring back to Bernie. Hello, Kerry's in. Sorry, Kerry, I missed you. Kerry, moving to Hazelmere. Oh, you're going up market then to Hazelmere, up with the commuter belt. That's where all the commuters live. If you do, it would be lovely to meet up with you. It's difficult to, you've got to keep the banter going. You've got to try and keep your eye on the thread of people talking or messaging each other. But this is what it's all about. It's a community at the end of the day, and this is what Bernie and I have been trying to create this, along with Bonnie, of course. But Bonnie can't be with us on a Sunday night. But it's all come together, and it's just great to be able to create something like this where everybody can have a chat and things like that. But it all culminated in this walk that we did. Where was it? Is it 2 weeks ago now? 2 weeks ago in Balcombe, where we had the walk from Balcombe Station, which was quite funny because we didn't have a proper route planned out until we actually got there. We had an idea. I had an idea of where we were going to go, but thankfully we had the Queen of Maps, Jean. Now I've given her that title. She's Queen of Maps, and then we had Bob Page as well with his. But we had down past the viaduct, the Ouse Valley Viaduct. Sadly, there was some work going on there, maintenance work, which obviously it's got to be done. And then we went up round part of the Ardingly Reservoir, and then we met up at the Half Moon Inn, where I think there was 18 of us, and it was brilliant. It was such a nice feel where everybody was together, and they were having a bit of a chat, and I was getting up and I was having to wander around and speaking to people, or trying to speak to people. Most people actually ignored me, but we were treated so well. We were greeted by Nick and his staff at the pub very well, and the food was fantastic, and the service we had was great. And if I'm back down that way again, I would love to go down and have another meal. It'd be great. Just one thing that I will bring you up to date on, for anybody that's interested in a walk, the next Kevin's Rambles walk. Cynthia, please help me out here with a date, because I can't remember the date for the next walk. It will be up this way, and it's going to be a walk somewhere around the Midhurst area. So if anybody's interested in coming along, then please do. You'll be very, very welcome. Lynn, just in case, I will try and work. Yes, thank you, Cynthia. 26th of February is the next Kevin's Rambles walk, and what we're going to try and do is aim for trying to do the last Sunday of the month. See, we can't do March, unfortunately. Caroline, what's Caroline said? Wish I could participate in your walks. Live in America, but love hearing about your adventures. Caroline, jump on a plane and come and do a walk. I'm sure. Do they do a shuttle plane? One way or the other? I don't know. I've never flown, so I've got no idea. It's not something that really interests me. And hang on a minute, I'm missing something here. Hang on, because Shelley's talking to Kerry, and I want to see what Kerry's saying about moving to Hazelmere. Let me just very quickly try and scroll. Hello, Roy, you're in the house. Thank you very much for joining us. I missed you joining. Where is it now? I've missed it, Kerry. It's where the umbrella was. We may have found a house we can afford, depending on what else. It's funny that. Never thought it would be possible, but we shall see. Well, I lived in Kings Road. Oh, my daughter's saying that she grew up in Hazelmere in Kings Road. And Andy, hello. I've just seen you popped in as well. Thank you very much. And yes, absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Andy. Yeah, I had 30 years in Hazelmere in Kings Road. My daughter was about 18 months, 2 years old when we moved there. And my son, when he came along in 1982, that was his first home. And the very strange thing is that after many years of moving from there, my son actually went back there to do some work for some people that had bought the house, which was a bit strange. Yes, Cynthia's saying she lives in Hazelmere. That's quite right. And Steve did at one point as well. 1982. Yeah, it was a good year, Steve, wasn't it? Was that the year you and I met? Oh, no. No, 80, 85, 86, something like that. Oh, no, we've got... I've always liked visiting Hazelmere. It's just got this typical sort of status, Kerry, of being a very affluent area. And in fact, the area that I live in is as well. And it's because it's the links to London. And, when you actually look around carefully at who lives around Hazelmere, it's quite staggering, really. But I don't. But I've moved from Hazelmere. I had 30 years there until my wife and I split up. And then I've been down in Midhurst now since, 2011. I think I moved down here. And I've got to be honest, I couldn't be happier. Yeah. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, the house prices shot up after I left. Let me tell you this. Now, look, listen, this is what Hazelmere is like. I sold my house, 295,000, I think it was. 10 years later, that very same house, after having very little done to it, sold for £515,000 in 10 years. And it's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Hang on, what's going on here? Shelley's talking. 26th of 26th. Oh, for the walk, the next walk, yeah. Shelley, if you could, yeah. You're working. Gloria, I've not seen your name pop in before. Very nice of you to join us. Thank you very much. I'm not looking to see how many we got looking at viewing. 32 viewing, 19 likes. That's great. Thank you very much. Yeah. I think I did intimate that as well, Steve, just now, that the prices shot up after I left. But house prices are crazy. Around here in Midhurst, it's still very buoyant. I had my house valued here to 2021 at 375,000. I bought it for 195 in 2012, I think. And I've been in touch with a couple of estate agents in the last couple of weeks, and they're saying 400,000. So it just shows you the house market around here is still very buoyant. So yeah, Gloria, if you said your sister lives in Hazelmere, whereabouts are you? It's nice to try and pinpoint where people are. Ron's in the house. Hello, Ron. Well, he's not in the house, if you know what I mean. He's there. Lynn, there's probably not going to be one in March, for the reasons that you will find out about later on. But there was a little bit of chit chat going on between myself, Cynthia, and Steve earlier on. But I think we're going for April the 2nd in Christchurch. I'd love to come down and do a video down there, Gloria, at some point. I've got that might obviously, as you know, they're both my very close friends. And Cynthia's come back and said the 7th. Steve comes back and says the 5th. Oh no, he's corrected it. It's the 2nd. Oh dear. Yeah, the 2nd. I thought it was the 2nd. So please, everybody, put that in your diaries for the 2nd of April. For the 2nd of April. Again, I think we're going to aim for doing a walk somewhere up this area, not exactly in Midhurst, but up this way, because the last 3 Kevin's Rambles walks have been all down in Balcombe and that area, down going towards the east. So I think it's only fair that we try to bring local people from this way. I don't know, Dave Ford lives in Dorset, but for going down to places like Balcombe and places, it's just too far away. What's Bernie saying? Let me know when you go to Christchurch. I'm down in Poole with Jackie. Maybe we could join. Okay, yeah. Well, when are you going down that way, Bernie? Yeah, but yeah. Certainly, if we're down that way, we'll certainly have a meet up. You don't even have to buy one, Robert. You can get it on a free site. It's just where you're going to put it. That's the trouble. What's this about on your own there, Ian? Ian, what's this? Hang on, I'm missing out. I've got to scroll back. I'd love to do a haunted one. A haunted one what? Come on, fill me in. What's this? What's this all about? Robert, actually going for your comment, prices down here are crazy. They are absolutely crazy. Um, up in the Midlands where I've got family, the labour rates are exactly the same as down here. Um, Tesco, Sainsbury's, and Morrison's, and all the food prices are exactly the same. But if I sold my house for £400,000, paid off what I owe, I could still go up there and buy two houses. It's just ridiculous. Um, it's just crazy, crazy money. I said you should do a KR Haunted. Yeah. A Kevin's Rambled Haunted. Well, that's something to think about, Shelley, and I won't think too hard about it. Jacqueline's not getting the chat coming through. Are you on live chat, Jacqueline, or top chat? If you, for anybody that's joined us, if you go to the top of where the chats are, the comments, go to the top and click on the little arrow on the left hand side and choose live chat, not top chat. Robert, no, we're still. Hang on, what's this? I missed another one. Steve's Haunted Rambles. Then, yeah, yeah, we could do that. Destinations still being decided on, Robert. Nothing definite, nothing concrete yet. Steve and I are still talking about it. So yeah. Left it at Bernie. Second is typist. Oh, come on, Steve. You're a big, brave man. You've told me so many, many times. I'm very brave. Looks like you might be, Steve. We can talk about it. We can talk about it. Ron, yeah, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, that I just can't shake it. It got worse after COVID. After I had COVID last March, Cynthia was the same. We both, and I'll repeat what I said earlier. We both suffer from postnasal drip, and it's actually made it worse. And I just get this tickly cough all the time. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's not so bad. So it's just I've just got to try and put up with it. I think if it carries on, I should have to go back to the doctors. But many people have got a cough at the moment. So I know with my health centre, you have a triage call from your doctor first when you ring in, and if they think you need to go in and see somebody, they come up with an appointment very quickly. We are very lucky down here with the health centre we've got. I've never failed to get an appointment when I've needed one, and sometimes I've even had appointments the same afternoon. So it's been great. And I know Cynthia's daughter Holly has moved to Midhurst a couple of years ago, and I know she praises up the health centre very highly. Cynthia, actually, funny enough, that's exactly what I was thinking. But after the experience that your daughter had, along with my son and a couple of friends, I'm not sure. Yeah, Ron, just actually touch on something I mentioned earlier on. Fiona and Philip met myself, Steve, and Cynthia at Weldon Downland, and we would love to go and meet up with them again. And I believe you live possibly down their way. And I did say earlier on that when we go down, perhaps yourself could come along as well, and with your good lady. That would be lovely. Well, Cynthia, Dave Ford always talks about doing a recce. before he does his videos. So I think you and I we're taking votes on it between the three of us about Steve going and doing a recce there at the Shepherd's Church, or anybody else that knows it, it's called Diddling Church. Yeah, you've been there, Steve, but we're talking about sending you back there on your own, mate, to do a recce at night. Michael, I hope that's not true, my friend. It really is true. But I love that photograph you put up on Facebook the other day. I really did. That was a corker. And I just could not resist to put up the comment saying that all that was missing was the height chart, and where you turn left and right. I just thought it was brilliant. Oh, Shelley, you're coming up with these ideas about doing these haunted things, and you said you'll never go there again. Well, we're coming up with an idea, and you won't go. Oh dear. Ron lives in the posh part of Bognor. Right, okay. We'll meet somewhere in the middle. What's he in Mr. Corgan? Kevin, I have what you have got. Kevin, I had what you have got, and all I got was Andy. Yeah, that's the trouble. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. So sometimes I think you've just got to put up with it, really. People might get fed up with me coughing and stuff like that, but put up with it. What's my daughter saying here? No, not to diddly. Shelley, it'll be fine. Daddy will be there to hold your hand as I'm running out the door. I'll leave Steve and Cynthia in there filming as we run out. Oh, I'm glad it brought a smile to your face, Michael, but it certainly wouldn't have done on that photograph. That did make me laugh when I saw that. Oh dear. Is that a passport photograph? Is that a passport? Is it? Because it really goes. You're not allowed to smile on a passport photograph, are you? Fiona, yes, please. I'll bring your tin down and another container as well. So I've got enough to keep me going. What we got? What else chat is going on here? Right, I was impressed with what I saw of it. Fair diddly. Nope, the chat's going on. I will drop you all. Oh dear. Oh, it was a passport photograph. Oh, we got an excuse then, Michael. Yeah, but it still made me laugh. Well, look, I did say to you, I did say to Fiona that I wasn't going to give you a mince pie at all. So you want to think yourself lucky. Yeah. Fiona, they were, as I said earlier on, they were really, really nice. But if you could come up with something else as well, that'd be even better. Oh dear. I've got the cheek, you know, I've got the cheek. Steamship Waverley. Waverley, that's if Kerry moves to Hazelmere, she'll be under Waverley Borough Council. Bus up to Gunner Shields train from there and I'll post photographs of Kerry Rambles. Sausage rolls. Can you get sugar-free sausage rolls? I've got no idea. Yeah. Actually, Shelley, if there were sausage rolls there, Steve would be biting my hand off or biting the lid off to get to the sausage rolls. What's this? Have I been missing conversation? Kerry's having a chat with Bernie, which is lovely. Looks like I've got to make a lot of. Yeah, we've got to come down and see you, Fiona. Yeah. And this time I'll buy you 2 cups of coffee. Shelley, I've just seen his comment. Yeah, yeah. Why are you moving up north, Michael? I wouldn't go up there if I was you. It's too wet and miserable up there. You can get meat-free mince pies, Kevin. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do. That's what I'll get. Meat-free? No, I don't want meat-free. I want sugar-free. Andrew, I really fancy sausage roll. Sorry, Andrew. Sorry, but I'm sure your lovely lady can cook you sausage rolls, can't she? Or yourself, because you're a bit of a chef or a cook. Yeah, please do, Ian. I've just seen you say about bunting. Yeah, Shelley's got a thing about bunting. She hates it with a passion. Give me a few minutes to put the bunting up, and you're welcome in. Oh dear, Claire, you keep saying you're going to come up and visit us up here, but you haven't come up yet. I think you're free on a. Do you have a day off on a Friday now? It used to be Thursday, Friday, but I think you should come up on a Friday, and we'll take you out for a walk. That'd be good. Where was it, Kerry? Kerry, Claire. Where was it you wanted to take Kerry to that time? Not Kerry Baldwin, your daughter Kerry. Was it Titty Hill? I'm not being rude, everybody. I'm not being rude. There is a place around here called Titty Hill. What have I missed, Kevin? There's no. I'm missing things here. What's going on between Shelley and Shelley and Ian? There's something going on. Paddle, Bernie said paddle steamer Waverley is rumoured to be coming south again this year. Is it? I've heard about the good ship Lollipop, but never heard about the paddle steamer Waverley. Hang on a minute, I've got to scroll back. Hate pun. Yeah, yeah, Shelley does it. Yeah. Oh, Lynn, it's so difficult. Lynn, there's a challenge for you, Lynn. Right. Lynn, do a live stream. Do a live stream. That's it, Claire. Titty Hill. We'll take you to Titty Hill. Yeah, so you need to come up and have a visit. So what's wrong with Oh dear. So immature. Okay. What's this bottle white? Post some more stuff on Facebook, Rob. Don't encourage Robert to put stuff on Facebook. He actually doesn't need encouraging. He just needs to be careful what he puts on there. Not much there. What's not much there, Shelley? At Cocking. Cocking's brilliant. It's got the history column. It's got a lovely church. There's a lovely spring-fed stream that runs through someone's garden, someone's famous garden there. It's a lovely little place when you have a look around. It's surprising how it's not a laughing matter. I know if you blink and drive through, you go through it very quick. Lovely, yes, there is the Bluebell, Steve. Other pubs are available, of course. Steve, actually, that's somewhere that you, Cynthia, and myself need to go for a Sunday lunch. Evidently, they're doing a fantastic Sunday lunch. Forget about Ian; he can't come. I suppose we ought to invite him, really. Yeah, you're not wrong there, Shelley. Not wrong at all. Do they probably, Steve? Have a look online. They've probably got a menu online. But my nephew went there with his girlfriend, and he said it was absolutely superb. But between Fareham and the place called World's End, the world does not end. Actually, I've heard about that, Andrew. I'll tell you, here's a challenge for you, Andrew. How about you coming up with a walk down near you that Cynthia, Steve, and I can come and do, and we'll meet up with you and we'll do a walk together. How about that? We're always interested in people, finding us a walk. If they want to invite us along, we'll come along. We'll make a video. We'll take some photographs, and you could be in the video. That'd be fantastic. Thank you, Andrew. We look forward to it. You know how to contact me. You can contact me through Facebook, etc., etc. Tracy, it would be great. It'd be really nice to come down and meet you all. So let's have a look at some of these Titty Hill cocky. I know it sounds strange, Robert, but it's just that the names have been there a long time. Okay, that's the reason. So Claire, are you going to come up and visit us? Come on, tell us. On a Friday, we'll go out for lunch somewhere. That'd be brilliant. Jacqueline, have you got you type a message, then you retract it? Is that something to do with Bernie? Is he playing with the keys or something? I don't know. Never heard of Buck Barn. Where's Buck Barn, Claire? Never. No, that's a new one on me. I'm glad you clarified that point, Robert. Actually, thank you. Oh, some of these comments are going straight over my head, but that's not hard. It really isn't. Buck Barn near Horsham. I bet Lynn's done a video there. I've never known anybody get videos out so quick as Lynn. She's there, boom, straight away, home. Poor Richard has to make the cups of tea, cook the dinner while Lynn goes in from a walk straight upstairs, and she starts editing. Or it's Richard, make me a coffee. I'm going to start editing. Oh, it does make me laugh. Oh dear. I think I'm going to have to message Claire privately because she's not answering my question. Shelley, you won't believe it. Lynn goes out. She'll go and walk her. Actually, Lynn, Shelley will love your dog Kai. Absolutely, she will adore Kai. And we all know what Kai's like. Lovely, lovely dog. But Shelley just absolutely loves dogs. But Shelley, it's absolutely true. Lynn goes out. She'll do a walk with Kai, or even with us. When her and Richard came up to see us, she was home and the video was out the same night. But Lynn doesn't do the audio side of it. She doesn't like that. She doesn't even like being filmed. But she did get caught on my Balkan video. So yeah, but she's. I think she ought to be called Lightning Lynn. I think that's brilliant because Kai is a poser. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, exactly, Lynn. Exactly. Yes. the video was, but a beautiful shot of the sunrise. Wow, that was fantastic. The trouble is, Shelley, you will have to let go of Kai. Because anybody that's met Kai, usually you can't get near him because if it's in a field, he's gone. But he's a lovely dog. He's a lovely dog. Lynn's very, very lucky to get him. Yes, Steve, you will. You will have to catch Kai first. Can't see your pickling. Is Kai a spaniel? Yeah. It's a cocker. It's a cocker, Shelley. I think, Lynn, did you say that he was a rescue dog? No, a Springer Spaniel. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, Lynn. Yeah, I got it wrong. Yeah, I saw your comment, Springer. Yes, well, Ron, I think Lynn should know the actual the breed of dog. You know, I'm just the first thing that came to mind. Oh no, hang on a minute. Titty Hill, Cocking, Cocker. Oh, hang on. It's the wine. It's the wine. I did have another glass of wine earlier on, actually, as big as that one, with my lunch. I had a Sunday lunch for one, because I do love to cook myself a Sunday lunch, and it's always a Sunday lunch for one, because I'm on my own. But I always like to have a glass of wine with it. And I have to say, this wine is very, very nice. No, Shelley. Oh, actually, there is a little tiny drop left. I might just finish that off. Oh, Shelley, you've seen a photograph of Kai. Well, we did a walk. Was it the Berwick walk when we were walking along those fields of the very high? Was it wheat or something? And all you could see occasionally was Kai's head appearing above the wheat as he was running through. It was brilliant. It was lovely. What is Claire? What are you up to? Actually, Claire, you showed me that lane. I think when I came down to visit you, Cockshut Lane. Because was that near where we went through that little park where we saw those incredibly dressed people walking through? Need to come back down there again, actually, and have a look at that again. Do you remember when Sheba did that wheat field at the back of the Grandad's? Yes, I do, darling. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. Yeah, she was a lovely dog as well. Yeah. I've always wanted to get another dog, but for me personally, they are too much of a tie, because I like to get out and about, and of course when I was working full time, I wouldn't leave a dog at home on its own, although most of the dogs are okay. But no, I wouldn't. She was dying. She was a beaut. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And your nan and granddad were very lucky to have those fields behind. Very lucky. I'm hoping that Jackie and I can do some exploring that way when I am down with her. I want to do some filming in the footsteps of Jack Hargreaves, if she'll let me. Jack Hargreaves, I used to love watching his program Out of Town, but I had heard that he wasn't such a genuine sort of person, really. Could be quite nasty. Yeah, I could take the dog. You say, yeah, you're right. Robert, yes, there is actually. there is several. There are several bits that were my parents. There's some goblets from their ruby wedding. Hang on a minute. Yeah. Hello. Have you retracted the comment now? Oh God, I can't speak. All these double. Yeah. Yes, there is actually. Yeah, some lovely bits and pieces of my parents. Strangely, actually, some bits. Let me have a look. There's some quite a few bits and bobs that were actually that belonged to myself and my ex-wife, and I didn't want to get rid of them, so I've kept them. But Julie and I are still very, very good friends, which is lovely. Ian McConnell, Kevin, you must have heard of the Land of Nod. Yeah, they used to make furniture, Ian. They used to make a lot of pine furniture, and they had a shop in Hayes, and we had a shop in Guildford. Yeah. So Robert, yeah, there is lots of bits and bobs in there. There's a tiny little coffee service in there as well. Yeah, that's it, Shirley. I think they used to sell beds as well. Yeah. But probably, now I'm guessing Ian's probably on about somewhere else. Claire Leach, I met Fred and lives in Hamilton near me. But Ian, you don't live in Hamilton. You live in Liss. So how does that work out then? Or have you got two homes? Chat was showing. Yes, I'm sure. Gloria, I'm sure he was. I'm just going by what I remember reading or hearing about on TV or radio, that he could be a little bit tetchy. Fred Dinage, Kevin. What about him? He's just retired, hasn't he? Can't quite make out camera angles, Kevin. No, it's fine, Robert. Up there, there's two goblets from, as I said, my mum and dad's ruby wedding. And right at the back there is quite a biggish thing that we bought them. It's personal stuff, really, and it's stuff that I just don't want to get rid of because they were my parents. Yeah, Robert, it is strange, the stuff we keep. It's things that bring back memories. Oh, hello. Yeah, okay, darling. Yeah, okay. We'll have a catch up soon, hopefully this week some point. If you're not working, give us a shout. We'll have a coffee. Thanks very much for joining us, Shelley. Really appreciate it. And say goodnight to Jack for me, please. That was great. I messaged her earlier on just to say that I was going to do a live tonight, and it was, bless her, she come and joined us. She's been working, I think with the job she's got, I think she does 3 days during the week, and then I think once a month she has to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So she's been working the whole weekend. She now works in as an admin, assistant admin, and she seems to be thoroughly enjoying it, which is great. Claire, I think you're confused by the comments Ian and I mentioned to Ian about. Is that comment towards me, Claire? I'm getting confused because I'm confused.com. It's so easy to confuse me. Very, very easy to confuse me. Ian lives in his tractor. I've seen the tractor shed. It wouldn't surprise me if he's got a log burner in there as well. Oh, okay, Claire. Thank you for confirming that. Ian, we need to do something with your fields. We need to do something, get down there, and we need to get a group of people down there and dig it by hand. How about that? We dig it by hand. I will film. I will do the filming. We need to get Claire to come up. Claire can come up. Cynthia and Claire can make the teas, coffees, sandwiches, things like that. I'll do the filming, and then everybody else can do the work. I think that's perfect. What's that? Robert's put see them now. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Michael, I've got a bulldog. A whatter? Is that Michael? Is that rude? Oh dear. Hey, good on you. See, look, we're getting volunteers, Ian. We're getting volunteers already. Andrew's ready to come up and dig some holes. What do we want to dig holes for? We want the whole plot dug. It's only a small bit, isn't it, Ian? It's only a tiny little bit. Ian's been wanting to plant something in there for a long time. Big bonfire and a picnic. Oh, okay, let's go for that, Ian. When I was down your place last, there was plenty of stuff to burn up, wasn't there? At the end of the day. Kai will be brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Andy Dale, bless you. Well, this is a wonderful community. I love it, and it's special. Sadly, I have to go. It's an early start. Okay, Stacey. And Andy, thank you very much, my friend, for your comment there. That really does mean a lot. Thank you. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye for now. Claire, want to wish your daughter a happy 18th birthday this week and wish her all the very best in her mock exams. I really hope she does very, very well. I know she's had a little bit of a difficult time over the last 3 or 4 years, but in different ways. But I really do hope she does very well. You've done a brilliant job looking after her and taking care of her. You dig my veg patch. Yeah. Actually, Ian, that would be a big veg patch, wouldn't it? If you're talking about the same bit I am. Is Jackie going? Bernie, no, those are leaving, and see you soon, Jackie. I must have missed something. Oh, good night, Jackie. Yes, I must have missed that. Sorry. Thanks very much for joining in. Really appreciate it, Jackie. Jackie, yeah. From one Kerry to another. Yeah. Ian, if Mr. Croser comes down, don't let him near the tractor. He'll probably turn it over. Claire, I'm going to message you in a little while to find out if we can get you to come up here so we can take you for a walk up round this way. It won't be a long walk, Claire. I know you find it a bit difficult with walking, but it would be lovely for you to come up this way again. As I said, we'll take you out for a little bit of a walk round, and then we'll have some lunch. Good night, John. Thank you very much for joining. Really appreciate it. Speak to you soon. Thanks again for everybody that supports the channel. It's just nice. It keeps us encouraged to keep out there, keep going out there and doing something. When are you coming back again, Andrew? Andrew's coming back in July, Lynn. He usually comes over for, I think it's the last 2 weeks of July, and he takes it into August. And I've not told him anything about it, but there are plans for a walk and it is going to be up this way. Um, I think he does know a little bit about it, but not everything about it. Yeah. Thanks, Andrew, for confirming that. Yeah. There's one place that Andrew knows that I'd like to take him to, and hopefully we can possibly make that happen. But we don't know. That's exactly right, Andrew. Yes, indeed. Oh, good night, Fiona. Thanks very much again for joining us. Really appreciate your time. Good night, Claire. She's got what Claire's doing. She's getting away now, so she can get off to bed. She'll ignore my message. Forming a cartoon in mind, someone wanted to start a tractor with the old style. I'll tell you what, Bernie, that would be a bit of a kick, wouldn't it? When it kicked back. I can remember my granddad having a car that we used to have to start up with a handle. And I can remember, not with me, but with my granddad and my dad, it kicked back, and some people have broken their arms in the old days from cranking up an old engine. Good night, Philip. Nice of you to join us. Thank you. We'll let you know when well, you let us know when you're free in the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. And perhaps we'll get a date and we'll come down and see you. And as I mentioned just now, perhaps Ron and as a good lady could come along and meet up with us. That'd be nice. It's very important for myself, Cynthia, and Steve to try and meet up with people in a way, just to say thank you to everybody. How are we doing time wise? What's the time? I lost time. Oh my gosh, it's gone 9 o'clock already. If anybody wants me, look, there's still 28 people watching, 26 likes, which is great. Thank you. If you want me to keep going just for a little bit longer, I'm happy to do so. But it's entirely up to you guys. There's lots of lovely. Everybody's saying good night to everybody that's leaving. That's very kind. Thank you. Ernie? When did you when did you sneak in? I didn't even see you sneak in. I'm sorry, my friend. Hello, who's going? Night, Roy? Was Roy going? Have I said Roy? Oh yes. Good night, Roy. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you. Well, it looks as if everybody's going now. You miss. What have I missed? Oh, Lynn, tell me. I'm trying to keep up with all these messages. They're flying up the screen. You missed my message, Kevin and Ian. Hang on. Ian, you've got to scroll back. Lynn B, good night. Yeah, you said good night, Philip. Good night, Claire. Hang on, Lynn B. Yay, we can do a walk near Ian's and go to his field for a bonfire and maybe a barbecue after. Now, Lynn, there's a thought. That is a brilliant idea. That is a really great idea. Ian, start making plans. It's down to you, my friend. Was it painful, Robert? I bet you had to get some cream to rub on that. I think Ian's gone. He's ignoring everybody now because Lynn's made that suggestion. It's. I think he's going to be ignoring us now. Is Andrew going? Hello, hang on. Good night, Andrew. Thank you very much for joining in, my friend. Take care. Dean, when did you come in? I didn't even see you pop in, Dean. I'm sorry about that. Kevin, my keyboard's messing around. Well, can you tell it off, please, and tell it to behave itself? Andrew's going. Good night. Yeah, I've just said good night to Andrew. Hang on, it's confusing. We've got Andrew Murphy and Andrew Norris. Which one's going? No bonfires in the summer. What? Then come on, Ian. £50 to get. Oh dear. I might have mentioned earlier, I don't know, Robert. I don't know. £50 to get in. Now, Ian, look, if you want to become part of the team, Cynthia, Steve, and myself, we get it for nothing. All right. Okay, Bernie. Take care. Yeah, all the best, my friend. Must have a catch up soon. Ernie, if I missed you at the start, I am so sorry. I may have even said hello, Ernie, and thank you for joining me. But if I missed it, then 50p. Come on, that won't even buy half a burger. It won't even buy a rasher of bacon. Actually, we could take this a bit further. Not that I would do it, but you could always pitch a tent in Ian's field if he cut it down low enough. £50 to get in, £100 get out. That's probably right, Michael. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well done, Dean. I hope you wagged your finger at it and said, naughty keyboard. No peeing in the field. Oh dear. Ian, you're going to have to build out of corrugated tin. You're going to have to build 2 loos, his and hers. As long as they're away from the road, I suppose. I don't know. Dean, I'm pleased to hear it. I'm really pleased to hear it that it's fine now. Hang on, what have I missed here? He thought he was James Hunt, Bernie, bless him. Oh, Bernie, yeah. Hang on. Oh no, Dean's got problems again. I don't even know if Steve and Cynthia are still there, are they? I haven't seen a message from either of them lately. They're leaving me to it, folks. They're leaving me to it. They're going to leave me just going on and on. Yeah, Lynn, Ian's field is huge. Michael. Oh dear. Yeah. What's Ian saying? They can come, but you've got wet feet. Yes, I did, didn't I? I did get wet feet. Yeah, oh God, if it rained, that would be very, very wet, wouldn't it? What's this Lynn saying? Okay, I need a tea. Going to say good night to you. Good night, Lynn. Thanks very much for joining in. It's been brilliant. It'd be great if you could have a catch up with Shelley at some time as well. Steve, she's probably eating chocolate buttons. You know what she loves? She loves her chocolate buttons. She's not. She's not. No, look, everybody. I think I'm going to wrap it up now. I've nearly done an hour and 15 minutes. So I will say to everybody, thank you so much for joining in tonight. I think there was at one point 33 or 34 people joining in, and that's tremendous. And I really do appreciate it. And we've got 30 likes. That's fantastic. So look, take care, everybody, and I will see you in a month's time. Cynthia will come up with a date. We'll get that posted up for your diaries. So we'll do another one in a month's time. Thank you very much, everybody, and good night. Good night from me, and it's good night from, him.